Hi, my name is AD and this is 3HM Studios. We're a small team of independent games developers working on titles for retro platforms such as the Commodore Amiga and also modern platforms. Today I'd like to share with you a game called Cryo Corps that we're developing for the PC to release on Steam. It's a top-down 2D squad management game, 4 players, and I'll take you through a few of the levels just to give you an idea of how it plays. I'd be grateful for your feedback and your comments, and obviously if you go to the website 3hm.co.uk, please feel free to support, donate. We've got Patreon on there, buy me a coffee. It's really appreciated, and let's get into it. So we've got credits that'll be completed later, so we're going to start game. So right now it defaults to mission number 9. I've got a few on here, so we've got a load save system. So we've got 3 slots. Essentially between every level you'll come to the briefing screen where you'll get the tactical layout, the gameplay tension, summary and the objectives for the level. And on here you can either reload an existing save or you can save your progress to date and then come back to it at another point. The save games are time and date stamped and level stamped, so it'll be easy for you to go back to your latest progress. But let's just click in the open area to cancel that, and let's get into level 9 for starters. Okay, so if you click anywhere on the screen, you can see that Agent 1 is selected here. And this is our agent selection panel, so if we pick Agent 2, and likewise we can control our different agents here. So normally in the gameplay you can go it alone, you can take one agent in, but you don't need to, you can position them tactically. The idea is you start with 5 cryopod, reserve Cryo Cops here in the corner, but if you collect these cryopods during the game, which is one of the objectives, you can see it adds further reserve Cryo Cops to our what effectively is lives down here. And we've got our information panel, so it tells us the mission level, the active enemies, the selected agent number, how many we've got in reserve down here, how many pods we've collected out of how many there are, so we've picked up 1 of 11, how many rockets are remaining. Now that will become relevant later on in the game. You start off collecting the cryopods and killing the enemies, the enemy drones, but as you progress through the levels you will see that you can pick up rockets which you can use to destroy certain wall tiles to get to areas that are otherwise blocked, and also you'll be able to collect mines, landmines. So you will be able to pick up packs of 2 landmines and place them at tactical points throughout the game to allow enemies to walk over them and neutralise the threat. You do need to be careful because you can walk over them as well and it will kill your own players. So you need to give some thought to that, because if you block an exit where you might need to back off during a firefight, then if you need to walk over a landmine that's in the way, it's going to kill you. So let's click through here. It's a pretty simple level. There's a good mix of open plan levels and also levels with narrow corridors, such as this level. There's also levels with outposts. So the zone that we started in at the top of the game, this is a safe zone. So you can't shoot enemies from here and you can't be shot while your player is in here. So later on in the game there's outposts where you might have one of these safe zones in the middle of the map, and if you group your players into that area, then you've got a safe zone where you can replan your next points of attack. So we can select a player either through the agent selection panel, or we can just click on the player on screen, whichever you find easiest. So let's engage some of our enemy drones. We've got a bit of intelligence written in here, so they will chase, but they will also back off as well. Oh, that one's got me, so I've respawned back in the safe zone. It's deducted one of my reserve Cryo Cops. Let's go back down there. And we've got a run and what we call a run and gun feature. So while you're moving, you can physically shoot while you're moving in any direction. Seemed like the best combination to between movement and gameplay. There we go, so that's one neutralised. Let's go to our other player here. See that the enemy drone was backing off, but it also intelligently attacked while it was backing off, so that's taken my guy out right there. So that gives you an idea. You can see the screen scrolls, so when you start the game level 1 it's a single screen map, but as you progress the maps become more complicated. Not with as many walls in, as I say, some are open plan, different styles, but it will scroll with your active player. So let's press escape and exit out. Quit will exit to desktop, but let's go in and load another save. Level 11 is one of the recent saves where we first introduced rockets after the first 10 levels. So again, you can see you've got different objectives, gameplay information and the tactical layout. Feel free to pause the video if you want to read those. And here you can see we've got a rocket icon down here, so that's a collectible. Now if I can sneak through here, no I can't, we both shot each other. The bullets are not infinite, they go about 3 tiles, rockets go twice as far, rockets go about 6 tiles. Rockets won't destroy enemies, rockets are purely at the moment designed to destroy walls, destructible walls. Destructible walls will have a different graphic to normal walls, so you'll be able to identify them. We can now see that here are, let's just get rid of that enemy. Here our rockets remaining are now 3, you get 3 rockets per collectible. And if I hold down the right mouse button fires by the way when you click, left mouse button moves the player, and then holding down the right mouse button and pressing the left will fire a rocket. So if we go down here for example, you can see these walls in the bottom left are a different type of wall. So they are destructible walls. So if we come down here, we can destroy those with rockets in order to get to the cryo pods. And as usual, it adds a cryo pod to our Cryo Cop reserves and updates our information on the left. So various levels. What I'll do is I'll break the video in a minute and I'll restart with the first couple of levels in the game to show you, and I'll just edit that out so it's seamless when I publish the video. So load, just a demo here if I wanted to save. If I go to save, currently level 11, so if I go to level 9 and save over that, come back to start game, go to load level, and you can now see level 11 has replaced level 9 and updated the time and date stamp. So I will quit out of that now. In fact, no I won't, I will show you landmines on level 16. So again, if you want to pause it and read the level information here, you can do. We're going to try and make that unique and allow it to add some kind of improved feel to the levels, so they're not just random. Let's go into the level here. We've got a larger safe zone, and we've got some new tiles for walls. These are not destructible, it's just additional graphics. These are destructible here, so there's some rockets further down the map that we can use to destroy these blocks and get to these 2 cryopods. And you can also see our landmines here. So let's leave this guy up here in order to go to the right on the map, and let's take this guy down here to get our landmines. If you collect the landmines, they become available to any active player in the group, so it's not just the player that collects them, and they don't get lost with that player if that player dies. So you can see now in the information panel, mines available 2, you get 2 per pickup. And firstly I'll show you how that works with an enemy. So if you press space on any tile adjacent to the player, that includes diagonally or above and below, left and right. Let's try and taunt. Oh, damn it, I walked over my own landmine. So that's a good example of how you can kill yourself if you tread on your own mine. So we've still got one mine available, one mine left. So this time let's see if we can taunt this enemy into... There we go. So the enemy's tried to follow us and he's walked over the landmine and he's been neutralised. So that should give you a good idea of how landmines work. And then if I scroll to the right here, my mic's in the way so I can't see the screen as easily. I'll actually need to go around the top way. And you'll be able to see there's also rockets on this level. Just look around my mic here. I think they might be up a little bit, up the screen there. There we are, so we've got a rocket pack there. So we can destroy those walls that are in the way and ensure we can clear the level. There we go, there's our rockets. So I hope you like that. That's just a brief overview of Cryo Corps, and we're going to get that on Steam, so we'll send out some links once we're ready. Please wishlist it, that's really important because the Steam metrics work on wishlists, and once the game goes public and you're able to buy it and download it, we'd be very grateful if you'd support. Anything we bring in not only goes into developing games like this for Windows to go on Steam, but also a large part of that goes back into the development pot for the retro games that we produce, currently for the Commodore Amiga, but I'm sure we'll be branching that out to Spectrum and maybe one or two consoles. So thank you very much. Please like, support, visit the website, and we'll see you next time. Okay, so a quick additional video here. One feature we didn't demo was the retreat to base feature. It's only a very simple addition, but it'd be good to show you that. This is now defaulting to the normal game start, so you can see we're at level 1, the incubation chamber. Again, if you want to pause it and read the tactical brief and the layout, please feel free. I'm going to click through to the first level. First level's pretty basic, just designed to get you accustomed to the game. But let's say, for example, you've got all your players out. It's probably more relevant on a larger scale map. This first screen is just a single screen edition. Oh, triggered proximity detection on the enemy there. But if you've got the majority of your players or all of your players out all over the map, you can select any player either from the panel or from the screen, and if you hover over this icon here, the little crest, it turns orange. If you click it, the active player will retreat to base and populate the safe zone where they can't be shot and they can't shoot enemies. So if I click this one and this one, then we're back. So that's quite ideal. So if you're in a tricky situation, or you've got players totally the opposite side of the map and you need a player this side of the map, use the retreat to base function so you can regroup and go from there. So I hope you like that. Let's go through level 1 because it's quite simple. Got another enemy down here, so let's take this guy. So we've killed all enemies, we've collected all cryopods, so we've advanced to level 2, the storage depot. So I'm going to save that at level 2, so save over 16. We can now see level 2 is saved in the second slot, over 16 there. Let's go through. I can't remember yet, level 2 is larger, so that scrolls. Whoops, lost one there. And let's collect our cryopods. And the nice thing is the game's not super easy, but it's not too difficult, at least not right now. Obviously we can We're going to make a lot more levels, level maps for the game, so there'll be a good mix, open plan and otherwise. So I'm sure there will be harder levels. We specify the number of enemies per level. The enemies are not random. We spawn them in particular locations. But again, this is just level 2, so another one designed to get you accustomed to navigation, firing. We've got an outpost here, so this is what I mentioned earlier. So you can put your player into the outpost area and he can't be attacked. Also, you can't attack enemies when you're in an outpost, so if I taunt this enemy, go into the outpost and the fire can't affect me. Likewise, I'm clicking the right button now, I can't shoot the enemy, because otherwise you'd lure all the enemies to your base, sit in the safe zone and pop them all off one by one, and there'd be no challenge. But I'm going to come out on this side, there we go, and I'm not sure what's left. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's one over there. But it is tricky. Some locations you can see I've died a couple of times, and obviously I know the mechanics really well. But you've still got to be on your toes, have a good mouse, and you know, shoot, fire, retreat, advance, shoot, fire. It's not the kind of game where you can just walk up to an enemy and just kill them straight away. You do have to put some amount of thought into it, and kind of positioning your team before you attack is often a good one. Firstly, because then if you lose one of your players, you've got another one exactly in the same location, so you don't have to bring another player over from the original starting point. But two, if you've got multiple enemies, then you can kind of strategically, if I had enemies down here in the bottom right, then I can strategically box them in before I start advancing and attacking. I'm just going to go down here. My information panel says 4 out of 5 pods collected, active enemies 0. So we know we've killed all the enemies, but we know we've got one pod left, which I think is probably in the top right here, because I've not been in the top right, I don't think. There it is. And once we've collected that, we should advance to, we're on mission 2, mission level 2. So now we advance to mission level 3, the Cryo Labs hub. And there we go. So I hope you like that. As I say, visit the site, like, support, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.